Well, I recharged my marine battery and made it to the Great Blue Heron estuary. I can hear them all. They sound like insane dinosaurs. There's one right there, it just flew off. But I have no power. It's a very long way back, and it's very windy. I can't seem to keep myself from blowing into all these trees, these sunken trees and stuff. It really sucks because the sun's out. It's not that cold. It's just the way things go. I'm gonna have to buy a new battery with the money I've earned this weekend doing photo shoots. It's life. There's one heron out here standing on top of a sunken log, protruding log that I'm going to try to photograph. So I'm trying to row against the wind. Try not to get knocked into these boulders and rocks. A long time ago, I docked the canoe up here with all these baby great blue herons, these sea chickens. There's one, another. They started to fledge, and when they're young, they're not afraid of you yet. They learn that over time. So the babies would start coming to the water to drink, get their feet wet for the first time. And I would sit in this canoe and take amazing photographs. There's a lot of double-breasted cormorants out here. And I see them carrying a lot of stuff. I think they have an estuary further down on the left. I guess that would be the west side. So they still must be nesting. I'm going to try to bank it right here. I think I can get up that slope and tie the boat off. I came this far. I need to get something out of the day. I don't want to just be photographing sunset stuff, you know. It is cool. All this is honeysuckle along here, and I can smell it. Interesting bird noise. But the honeysuckle, you can take the stamen out and lick it, and it tastes like honey. Thus the name honeysuckle. It doesn't smell like honey, it tastes like honey. What kind of bird that was. All this is just covered with bird shit. Everything, all these logs. So I gotta wear shoes. My future's so bright, I gotta wear shoes. I don't know where to try. It's not very inviting, which is probably why they chose this spot. Been here for many years. They've cut into chunks of it to expand our human capacity. I remember pulling up on it one day, it must have been like 6-7 years ago, and wanting to throw up. I think this will work right here. There's a log sticking out of the water. So I'm going to leave this one right there. I'm going to leave my big gun in here. I'm not going to take upward photos with the 600 millimeters of bird asses. What I'm looking for, I'm going to do some recording while I'm in there, but what I'm looking for is, I don't have a sea chicken skull yet, a great blue heron, but we're going to try to fix that right now. You know, I was going to tie this off, but I think it'll be okay. A long time ago, I slept in my canoe over there, and I was a little greener a decade ago, probably more than a decade, like 15 years ago. I got a little hypothermia. Didn't expect it to get that cold and have the water suck out all the heat from me. So what I'm taking on this expedition is a mini tripod, well, a small tripod, this, a jacket, because it's the coldest May I've ever seen, and some tobacco. Keep your senses sharp. This is all honeysuckle. And what you do, well, I'll show you later. We need to get in there, into the jungle. Let's do it. Jurassic Park. Bird bone. Also what I brought, rubber gloves, a bag, and a Swiss Army knife. Just in case we gotta cough some heads. Oh, the bird shit. It's one reason I don't want to like try the honeysuckle. There's gonna be bird shit everywhere. But let's do it. Sheephead skull. They like sheephead. That's a freshwater drum for those who are not familiar with the slang name. It's very dense. Ah. I didn't need that part of my beard anyways. There are no trails back here. No one goes here except for me. This is the buckeye tree covered in bird shit. Probably shouldn't have wore this jacket. I might take it off and retrieve it on the way back. It's a heated jacket, electric. I don't know how well it'll do in the wash. I'll leave it here. It's almost impenetrable. Oh, I can't get across that swamp. Hopefully there's not a lot of ticks out here. I don't think deer even come out here. I don't even know if I can get across this swamp. With this massive tree. Oh! Let's see what we can see from up here. I bet you raccoons scavenge this place. Mosquitoes haven't come out yet because it's like 50 degrees right now. Or colder than that, I don't even know. I guess I'm gonna walk on that log, jump down there, and try to go around. I don't know if you could hear all that. Hundreds of them. I've seen a lot of bird bones, but not not a whole skull. So thick. Whipping at my clothes. Ugh. A lot of fallen trees. It's a shame because a lot of those trees were old nest sites, which means they have to do larger ones. There's a heron right there standing on a nest. I didn't bring my big gun because it's like too much. Spider webs. Luckily I got a few hours of daylight. Well, here's where the clearing is. And it looks like there's a no trespassing sign over there. That's where they've been clearing it out. And they have cameras, so I'm not going over there. I do not want to get in trouble. This might be as far as I can go. I'm gonna bust through that. Damn. Stiffen on my foot. Of course, I'm walking in flip-flops. This might be as far as I can go. I don't see anything over there. I just cut my heel. And this is the estuary. Ooh, yeah, I cut my heel. It's stabbed. Since I'm on this side, I'm gonna go around this giant spider web. Oh, there's dead insects in it. Ooh, here's a feather. I'm gonna come back with something, right? A great blue heron feather. And it's blue. Look at that. I don't have a blue heron feather. There's some deer tracks. So I might get a tick or two on me. Let's put this down for a minute because we're gonna come back this way. Here's an eggshell. Great blue heron eggshell. A lot of these birds don't make it. A lot of them do, as you can tell. They thrive in this Lake Erie environment. This is all swamp. And I have to be careful of quicksand because I got stuck in it before. And I was all by myself, just like I am now. And that was a nice tree. Nice old growth. shame. Yeah, this is like really bad. My feet are wet now. Wet and slippery, yay. Anyways, I brought this along. I'm gonna do a little thing and then head back where I came from. That was enough torture. I only have about a minute and a half left of memory on my phone for video, but I did a little video, and I just got a Great Blue Heron bone from over here, and this is actually a Great Blue Heron nest that must have fallen from that tree when it fell. This is stinging nettles. They're fun. This is poison oak. Even more fun because it goes on for like a week or two. So you have to know where you're stepping at all times. So don't do what Donnie does. God, I stepped in that slime. Do not wear sandals like I do. Don't. I have this thing where I'm hotter than most people. I'm not going to talk about it, but that's why I wear what I wear. Here's another Great Blue Heron egg shell. Maybe it was from that nest falling down and then the raccoons got it, or it hatched. We don't know. I'm going to retrieve my feather here. Try to keep it in good shape in my side pocket. See if we can get it back to civilization. Even though we're the most non-civilized creatures on the planet, we kill everything, even each other. So now I have to go through all that crap. But I never go the same way I came. So I gotta figure out a different path. This is really hairy. Probably be easier to take the coastline down there along the Black River. I was hoping for one skull. I'm not picky, I'll take any kind of animal, but I was hoping for the Great Blue adolescent or dead adult. Here we go. This is a double-breasted cormorant skull. You can tell by the hooked beak. I will give this to my neighbor, little girl that's collecting skulls like I am. So here I am at the Black River's Great Blue Heron estuary for the first time in a decade. I'm checking it out, seeing if I can find a heron skull. The most revered bird of the Great Lakes. So I thought I would just do a little where I'm actually in the photo, the video, before I dredge through all this crap back. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of trees, and this was prime area, still is prime area, the only area for the Great Blues to actually nest in peace. There's even a camera set up over there, which I didn't come through, to make sure nobody disturbs them, which I'm not. I'm just on the outskirts over here looking for dead remains, and I found a Great Blue Heron feather and eggs, a double cormorant skull. I'm walking through a lot of poison ivy, so I'll probably get poison ivy. But my trolling motor's dead. my battery's dead. I gotta get a new one. So I have to actually row back all this way, all that way. I'm not looking forward to it, especially after doing so much work this weekend for my photography jobs. But you do what you gotta do. Photography is my main priority, and that's what I do. I hope you enjoy this little venture into a place not many people get to see or hear. It's like Jurassic Park. It's awesome. I love it. I love nature. I'm a nature freak. So let's dredge back through all this bird crap and get on the boat and start paddling. It's going to take me like an hour, hour and a half just to paddle home, or to my car, not home. I don't really have a home. All right. So I know how to survive out in the woods. I'm a survivalist, naturalist, conservative. So these right here, this is wild garlic, and you can actually eat this. You're getting ready to bloom. So the garlic in your store is that big fat, genetically modified. I mean, that's what we do with our food. We've genetically modified it, not in an unnatural way, but selective seeds and cultivation. A lot of our food is genetically modified with chemicals, but some of it's not. But that is wild garlic. And if you eat that, it is good for keeping the mosquitoes off you, because whether people want to believe it or not, your skin breathes and you expel it like you do alcohol. That's why I can drink a lot, because I'm Irish and I'm very hairy like a Robin Williams. And Asian people do not have the same. Great. I just got shit on. I'm not sure, I won't know till later. People like in Asian cultures, they don't have a lot of body hair, neither do Native Americans. They don't have beards. That's why they thought the white man didn't have any soul, because a lot of them are bald like me. They still scalped them, but there wasn't any hair there to scalp. That's where they believed the soul resided. But Asian people and Native Americans, who are very susceptible, I don't know if I said that right, to alcoholism, it's because they can't expel the alcohol through their pores, through their hairiness, like Irish people can, and hairy, non-soul European types like I am. I had a Chinese girlfriend. After 2 drinks, I'd have to carry her home. There's my jacket I left. I'll try not to go through the same pathway that I come in. There's my jacket. My electric jacket that I didn't want to get a bunch of bird shit on. I don't know if that's part of their natural defense, or they don't even know consciously, but it's a good repellent. I don't really like shit on me or anything. I want to be around shit, and every square inch of this place has bird shit on it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say shit on my channel. I don't know what I'm allowed to do when I'm not, because the world has become so neutered. You gotta pay money to be able to cuss, I guess. Because money, if you have money, you pretty much do anything you want. I'm gonna try to get down to the shore. There's my boat. Whew. Of course, there's litter. What I'm gonna do is leave my jacket and my phone there, and I'm gonna proceed to go that way and dredge through some more, because I don't know when I'll be back out here again. And spring is upon us, and all this stuff's gonna grow really quick. Yeah, this is a very open place. If there's a skull here, I'm gonna find it. Unless the raccoons or whatever, the coyotes drug it off. But generally, the brains are so small in these birds that there's really not much to feast on, so I tend to leave them. Keep getting sticks under my feet. Walking through a bunch of stinging nettles here. It's always fun. Some wildflowers. This doesn't seem to be underneath the big trees, but it doesn't mean you won't find a skull. Much easier to walk through over here. Might find a deer shed, deer skull even. That's why you carry gloves with you in a bag. I've seen other bird feathers, but I'm not really interested. I have enough feathers. I collect wings. Collect a lot of things. Artifacts, Native American artifacts, artifacts from all over the world. It's not as much bird crap over here. Oh. A lot of double-breasted cormorants up in here, trying to invade their space. It's always a competition. Wow, just found a big lucky stone. It's broken. It's probably chewed on by an animal. The Native Americans used to trade these. They were highly valued back in the day, and they come from the skull of a freshwater drum, or a sheephead as we call them here. So I'll hang on to that. I have probably like 300 of them. Lots of good luck, right? I hope it comes to fruition one day. Lots of bird shit, crap, whatever. I'll probably get crapped on by a cormorant before I get to my boat over there. This is beaver damage. Beaver chewed that tree down. You can always tell when a beaver takes a tree down because it has that indistinguishable marking from where it chewed it to nothing and it fell over. They use that to build their beaver dams. They don't eat it. They eat the bark around it, but after that, it's basically strategic. Some fungi. I photograph fungi. mostly in the fall. There's so many different species of fungus that there's some that come up in the spring too. Ugh. Animal den, probably a woodchuck. Raccoons live up in the trees. Bone, old bone, brood bone. Alright, we're back where we started. Here's my feather, there's my tripod. Let's get out of here. Sweating. Seem to be cold again. So I have zero battery power whatsoever, but I'm going downstream and I'm using my case as a wind sail to help me move along. It seems to be working. I got a long way to go and it's getting dark. I've been paddling for about an hour. Last half hour or so it's been against the wind. I'm almost there. My back's gonna be sore tomorrow. I made it just at sunset. I wanted to photograph the swallows over there, but this wind is too much. I'm too tapped out. I'm freezing from the wind coming off this cold water that hasn't heated up from the sun in this late part of spring here in a northern town called Lorraine. I'll just be happy to get out and have a beer, because I can't even drink a beer while I'm doing this, otherwise I'll get turned around from the wind. If I was in a kayak it'd be different. It wouldn't be that big a deal. There's probably like 100 pounds on this wind. Not gonna turn me around. Almost there. I'm only like half a football field to where that abandoned ship is. It's one thing about a canoe. The wind catches it and whips you around. I'm not gonna do it. It's gonna try to pummel me into these trees when I'm so close. Might snag this dude's line if I'm not careful. I'm gonna go the other way. That'll get me out of his line, at least. So this week, new battery. It's supposed to rain all week, so this is my only day to go on an adventure. Perfect heron shot right there. I just can't take it. Can't take anything. Almost there.